In Baguio, pero same. We left Manila past midnight and drove over 5 hours to the north. Nag-work? We're exiting T-Plex.
May hilo ka kasi.
Yung leading lines, sabi nila. Wait lang.
Stop ako. Hindi mo ako yung leading lines kung stop ako.
Pero naka-camera din ako sa likod.
May libreng dali. Baguio! Here we come! Woo! Wow, ang saya-saya ko.
Hindi naman kami sumabay.
Ang lukot-lukot ko naman.
Enough na yung energy mo.
Ang walang Ellie.
Parang may tulog, no? Na-enjoy ko lang. Jolly! Where to eat in Baguio? I often hear that question from people who visit summer capital of the Philippines. If you were to follow my friend Dale's itinerary, you will likely be eating at Manor Hotel, Hill Station, and other fine dining restaurants that will surely drain your vacation budget. So for this trip, I challenged Dale's itinerary and brought him and our friend Lee out of their Baguio Bubble. We arrived just as the calendar was turning, catching the final fair weather days of May before the sudden shift into the start of June. Our first stop bypasses the tourist traps entirely. The original Chef Lutong Pangbarangay Carinderia for a heavy brunch. Packed away near Outlook Drive, this unpretentious open-air spot has earned a legendary status among local taxi drivers and neighborhood residents for its uncompromised home-style Cordilleran and northern comfort food like steaming sinanglaw and crispy dinakdakan.
Dalawa
lang.
Dalawang liempo. What's this?
Lipstick.
Isang bistek. Isang kare-kare.
Isang takbet.
Isang pakbet.
Isang sanglaw.
Iba.
Sanglaw.
I-price ko kayo.
300.
Isa lang.
Tatlo muna.
Tatlong rice. Isang sinanglaw po dyan. Ito.
Mga vloggerest. Kasi ano oras kayo, te?
4 lang po.
4 p.m.
Opo.
Simula nung oras? Simula nung oras?
5:30 po.
5:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Naubos na yung ulam natin.
Dinakdakan.
Ay, meron po. Inaano pa lang. Tinitimpla po.
Di ba yung like dinakdakan?
What's that?
It's a
Mamaya
Ilocano
po,
dish.
pag ano,
Sige. Isang dinak... Oo. Isang dinakdakan. Bypass the expensive hotel breakfast. For a fraction of the cost, you get massive, flavor-dense portions that anchor your palate in real local seasoning before you even check into your accommodations. Let's see how Dale and Lee handle the real ledger of this city. Liampo. So it's really like morning sun. Liampo.
Same type of food.
Siyempre, hindi buo ang barkada kung walang Coca-Cola.
May ad.
So, we are waiting for dinakdakan. Pero I think piniprepare pa lang. We can start eating.
Tama ako kung kaya ako.
Go lang. Ayan. So, the view is, I think, is the MCI. Outlook page. Wow, look at my face. So, we just arrived here in Baguio. And the first stop
yung sabi niya,
is Carinderia.
So this
Yan.
kind of tastes like dinuguan without the blood. Why am I looking at the camera? So it's like dinuguan without blood.
Alin?
Ito,
Sinang lao?
I think, may nalalasahan ako. Siguro it's because of the laman loob.
Mas luya. This is very, very good. I'm not a breakfast person, pero right now,
We're
good
not
start.
eating breakfast food.
Yeah. This is a good start of the day. Bawal daw ang straw dito sa Baguio. Bawal ang plastic.
Sir, yung dinakdakan ko.
Wow! Dinakdakan.
Magang na
Thank you. Baka masarap yung dinakdakan nila. It's a little different from Morning Sun. Siyempre yung reference sa talaga Morning Sun Eatery because it's a Michelin Babe Gourmand restaurant in Quezon City. It's the only carinderia in the Babe Gourmand list in Quezon City. And they're also Ilocano dish. And this ones are Ilocano dishes as well. Because lamang loob plus luya.
Sarap naman. Favorite ko naman dinuguan. Ay,
Bayong bong pakbet. Best, the best. For some reason. Pero this is good too. Lutong bahay. Na-appreciate ko naman to. Yung dalawa. So anong difference from sa luto ng Morning Sun? Because this is a different yung dinakdakan nila.
This one is a little saucy, malapot. The other one is like...
Is the white thing mayonnaise? I can't figure it
Yeah, I
out.
believe so. No? Mayonnaise or liver.
So may mayo, possible mayo sila na wala sa Morning Sun. Or mayroon din doon.
Parang mas vinegarish yun. Mas vinegarish yun. Sa morning time.
Yes. Magkano po sa?
915 po.
Ano today? I think marami naman kumakain. Maybe it's because of the Ilocano dishes. Feeling ko pagbalik ko ng Manila, pwede na ako mag-grace. Sanay na ako sa mga paliko dito.
Okay, yung papasok ng North Haven area, ganda doon, mas malalim.
Oo, doon.
Parang magdadive ka.
Oo. Saya kaya doon.
Hindi na masarap yung pansit.
Alam na.
Nagsara, tapos yan yung nag-take over. Hindi ko pa na-try yung bag. Yung exit ng trail kasi somewhere dito. Kung papasok ka dun sa trail sa loob, sa tapat ng Lemonade ba yan?
Ang ganda ng trees. Pavilion. You see that? So this is Baguio City. And we're going to Starbucks coffee. And this one is about real estate. It's not about coffee. Why? Because it's expensive. It's magical. The place is really nice. It's like in a movie. But the coffee beans, galing sa ibang bansa.
What for Starbucks? Are we talking about Starbucks?
Ha?
Are we talking about Starbucks?
Sorry?
Are we talking about Starbucks?
Yes. Bakit Dale? May iba pa ba?
Wala ako. Sorry naman. Ay, nag-record ka pala. I'm so sorry.
Ganun tayo ka. Karo. Lalabas sa vlog to. With the morning hunger satisfied, the drive continues toward a familiar highland sanctuary for a quick afternoon pit stop. Starbucks at Dampjan Hay. While a global coffee chain doesn't usually sound like an off-the-beaten-path discovery, this specific branch offers an entirely unique atmosphere. Housed within a classic American-era cottage structure, and wrapped completely in the cool shade of towering ancient pine trees, it delivers the exact nostalgic mountain aesthetic that lowlanders chase. Sitting out on the wooden deck, sipping iced coffee while the fair weather of the final summer afternoon holds, provides the perfect transition into the highland pace. Ang ganda naman ng strawberry. So this is the house. Ganda.
Kala ko pala may binurvlog niya.
Marami lang asungot. Char. You're working, man. And then this is I love it. As you can see, it's the area. As the afternoon light begins to wane and the mountain chill takes a sharper hold, the route moves down toward Session Road to find Luisa's Cafe for an early dinner. Operating since 1957, Luisa's is a living historic institution. A retro Chinese-Filipino eatery featuring old-school wooden booths and a functional mechanical dumbwaiter that has remained unchanged for decades. It has long been the informal headquarters for Baguio's local journalists and long-time residents who seek a quiet refuge from the changing city outside. Ordering a steaming bowl of Their signature beef mami and a toasted asado siopaw offers a rich, hot broth that serves as the ultimate defense against dropping evening temperatures. But since gutom kami, we ordered a lot, except those things. This is spare ribs. Looks delicious, ha? At least hindi siya mabitchin. Katulad ng good taste na mabitchin. At least hindi.
Lasang-lasa.
Sarap ng pansit, ha? Kahit yung malamig na.
Hindi na sila nag-iingay. Kanina ang ingay ng pag-set up.
Oo, di ba? Oo. And guys, welcome to Luisa's Cafe. This is one of the most loved cafes by the locals. So this is highly recommended by the locals. And right now, somehow, hindi naman siya nag-modernize na, but they keep the ambience of the same old restaurants or same old cafes from the very beginning. That's why it's very nostalgic for most locals. At the same time, for tourists as well who would like to have a feel of the real Baguio without the modernization. And there are also a lot of art pieces, artworks here. Welcome to Luisa's. How many years na nga kayo nag-ooperate?
All in all na po 70 years. 70 years.
70 years?
Yes.
Wow! Grabe.
Before is 7 years. Without sales na nakanila.
Grabe no? 70 years. Kasi tanda ni Lee. Thank you. Thank you, te. So, we just had a meal at Luisa's Cafe, and now we're going to roam around Burnham. So they are preparing for the night market. And people are actually lining up because the good finds are actually easy to sell. By 9 o'clock, the energy of the concrete center shifts completely as a major artery of Harrison Road closes down to give way to the Baguio Night Market. The layout transforms instantly into a vibrant, smoky street food bazaar. So it's a little maulan right now, pero ang dami pa ring tao because the night market is about to start. nakaabang na yung mga tao, and while they're waiting for the night market stalls to set up, right now, the people are here in the food section for affordable meals, surrounded by the ambient hum of midnight crowd. Navigating the dense rows of stalls allows you to fuel the late hours of the night with freshly boiled sweet corn, grilled skewers, and local balut. It is a high-energy culinary equalizer where budget travelers, students, and locals rub shoulders under the market lights.
This is grilled balut. This is fast becoming popular here in the Philippines, not only in Baguio City, but I think it's more popular in Baguio.
Here then, there's also a line for grilled balut. A 3-day window means watching a city constantly change its skin. You can start your afternoon under quiet, century-old pine trees and end your night standing on asphalt or the muddy part of this night market. The transition is where the real story lives. This one is actually one of the most iconic scenes here in Baguio, where you can see the chaos. But right now, it's just starting. A while ago, there was a strong rain in Baguio City. And right now, the weather is good. It really gets crowded as the night progresses. The second day begins with a deliberate tactical strategy, skipping a heavy breakfast and having only a quiet cup of coffee at home. This ensures ample room to fully enjoy the premier lunch buffet at the Manor at Camp Janhay. We are now going out to Manor for our breakfast, our buffet lunch. Lipa ako. Huwag kang gumatar.
Okay, mataas ah.
Ano tutuloy-tuloy ko lang yan, Ellie?
Yeah, okay lang naman eh.
Aba, may 15. Bakit ayaw? Isang bata? Meron ba? Pero hindi ko ma-feel masyado.
Wait lang, baka nag-ano pa siya. Baka
Sana may parking kasi it's Sunday.
ayun.
Let's see. Yung kuya.
So they were going to Manor, just a few minutes drive. Using the Ford, the very reliable Ford. Wow. Wala yung music natin.
Harap kuya. Kuya, harap.
Tingin.
Kuya.
Baby.
Set against grand log cabin architecture and pristine manicured lawns, the Manor's Buffet is widely recognized as the gold standard of upscale Highland dining. Indulging in their high-end roast, fresh seasonal selections, and premium artisanal pastries provides a stark luxurious contrast to the street-level dining of the previous night.
So if you were wondering why we are so properly lit, it's because we were supposed to be seated there where it's not hot. And then Ellie had this brilliant idea
Yeah.
that we are supposed to sit here instead.
Yeah. Ginusto niya yan eh.
Eh, ayan, nasa arawan siya.
I'd rather be here than matalsikar ng mga himulmul ng pagkain ng mga nagbo-buffet kasi doon yung naglilinis ng mga kutsara at tinitor. At mga dumadaan yung mga tao. So messy.
But in fairness, yeah. Open area. Ganda
Diba?
ng view. Good about this place is that the view you can turn the camera or
Show them the view daw.
Show them.
Actually, the view.
look at the view.
Okay.
Perfect.
Immediately after the heavy buffet, the journey leads away from the commercial center, driving all the way to Tam-Awan Village, nestled on the outskirts of Pinsao Proper. Constructed as a reconstructed Cordilleran village, this unique cultural art space blends traditional Ifugao and Kalinga huts, the works of local highland artists. Walking up the steep, rustic steps as the afternoon fog begins to drift through the structures offers a quiet, deeply grounding immersion into the region's indigenous roots, far removed from the typical tourist routes. It is here that the fair skies of May break completely. By late afternoon, a heavy downpour washes over the hillsides and a dense, blinding fog rolls across the ridges, signaling the arrival of June.
It's raining. Little madulas.
This shift in weather provides the perfect view to seek shelter at North Haven Spa. Highly regarded for preserving authentic Cordilleran indigenous wellness, the rainy evening is spent thawing out inside their warm sanctuary, utilizing traditional targeted bodywork and organic strawberry and coffee scrubs to reset from the hours of walking. We planned for a food trip, but Baguio always dictates the mood. The moment the fog rolls in and the rain hits the windshield, your appetite changes. Luxury buffets give way to a need for simple, deep warmth. On the final morning, the heavy rain has slowed to a soft, persistent drizzle, painting the mountain valleys in a deep, vibrant green.
That's the navigation. King Tabi. Wala. Mamaya, libre karaoke sila. Hello, BCC. Napang pag-ibig.
The drive ventures out to the quieter periphery of Ambyong to visit Muni-Muni Cafe at Mount Camisong. Perched beautifully on a scenic ridge, this specialty spot has quickly captured the hearts of third-wave coffee enthusiasts looking for absolute quiet. Sitting by the edge of the glass terrace, only Dale orders a comforting steaming bowl of hot noodles and a signature brew to combat the morning chill. Lee and I were busy taking photos and videos for,
It's been a long week trying to make ends meet. Going nowhere fast, I'm so tired of the same routine. No use in walking the line, let's push our cares away. That bottle's calling our name, and we ain't leaving till it's dry. We're about to get our minds right. Yeah, we can keep it going all night. Yeah, we're gonna drink until it's dry. Low lights settling in, the room is picking up. Feels like we're stepping in to shake the day right out. So go on and hit me again. This night isn't done, we're finally letting loose. We're pouring out the good times, and we ain't quitting till it's dry. We're about to get our minds right.
The definitive final stop before the long descent back to Manila is Chocolate de Baterol, nestled back inside the green folds of Camp Chanhae. Operating as a beloved garden restaurant, this iconic spot acts as a cultural custodian of a traditional culinary art. Specializing in traditional hot chocolate manually pressed to an incredible thickness using a wooden baterol mixer and raw Benguet cacao beans. Cheers! Okay na yan.
I'm so full.
Correct. Ikaw lang naman yung gutom lagi eh. Siya lang naman,
na to. Ito na yung kain ko today.
siya lang naman yung parang fiesta umorder lagi. Parang laging bibitayin.
May rationale yan. Number one, Omad. Number two, in order for you to be able to tell na masarap yung restaurant o hindi, you have to try at least everything that you can.
Yeah.
Depende.
Hindi.
Correct. And how many times did you try it? This na ba? To prove that.
Hindi kasama yun sa narrative.
Hindi makasama sa narrative. Edit out and edit
Habang
out.
yung in-order,
Yeah,
kasi
edit
mga
out.
usual na in-order ko.
This is very Dale Bacar, you know. Si Dale kasi, like, siguro every year nakaka 3 to 4 times siya in Baguio. Pero same itinerary yung ginagawa niya. Huh? It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's fun naman.
Same itinerary, same orders. Pretty much the same everything. Kasi when I find something that I like, yun na lang yung binabalikan ko.
Loyal, very loyal. Well, tama naman, no? Tama naman, very loyal si Dale. 20 plus years. Kasi kailangan sabihin, bakit, asan nang hugot yung loyalty di ba? Si Lee naman, what can you, ano ba yung ambag mo sa kwentuhang ito?
Wow, ha? I'm just here to
Hindi ka
spend
lang
time with my
nakikita,
friends. I'm just here to spend time with my friends because I haven't seen them for a long time. And I miss them. And mamaya, after 12 years na naman kayo magkita, or 12 years na naman kayo pumuntang Baguio na sabay-sabay. Although pwede sila pumunta anytime, ako hindi kasi. Hindi ako kasing rich nila eh. Yun lang yan.
Magdadrama na po yan. May hugot na pong papuntahin doon. So, yan siya. Alright, so Kuya is serving the food.
Thank you.
We skip the lighter snacks like suman entirely, ordering the rich chocolate drinks alongside a massive, heavy spread of local dishes for a full lunch, making it the ultimate sweet, hearty parting meal from the Highlands.
Ayos ba yung sinasabi? Baka na iba kulang.
Ako din. Red lang. We leave Baguio just as it completely hides itself behind a curtain of gray. There's an unspoken poetry in watching a city change its clothes in the span of a single weekend. We caught the very last gasp of May, the final golden hours of a Highland summer where the air was crisp but the sun still held its ground. And then, seamlessly, the sky shifted. The heavy rains arrived not to ruin the trip, but to remind us of why we come up here in the first place. The downpour forces the world to slow down. It turns the pine trees a deeper shade of green, coaxes the fog to swallow the roads, and transforms simple, steaming bowls of noodles and hot chocolate into absolute necessities. We came looking for a checklist of places to eat, but we leave with something entirely different. The realization that the best flavor Baguio offers isn't something you can buy on a menu. It's the warmth you find inside a small room, sharing a quiet table with friends, while the rest of the mountain quietly fades into the mist.